I'd like to first thank all of you for volunteering for the state fair this year. One thing that we're excited about is we purchased a Powertown demonstration. So during state fair, we're going to use this to demonstrate many electrical hazards that might be experienced throughout everyday life. To start the unit, you're going to flip the switch here on the back side. It does need to be connected into the wall. Switch flipped up, and then there's a foot controller that will be underneath the table. That's part of the safety design. When the foot is depressed, the foot switch is depressed, a red light will come on the front of the house. That will tell you the system is energized and live. So if somebody was to run up to the table while the demonstration is in process, remove your foot from the pedal, that puts the display dead. At the end of the day or in between, I recommend turning the safety switch off on the back side of the unit. We're going to now go through several of the electrical hazards that this demonstration will provide our viewers. So once again, safety switch on the back of the house turned on. With the foot depressed, everything is live. So to demonstrate, you can use either the hot stick that comes with it, or there will be multiple sizes, varying sizes of lineman gloves or line technician gloves, hard hat, safety glasses. So when you depress the foot switch and you move them into the view of the transformer, for example, you'll notice the arcing that comes through. You can use the glass, you can use the gloves, or the hot stick, whatever you prefer. The other thing that this model is meant to display is also digging. So we'll go over, call before you dig. But the backhoe is another example of contacting an underground power line. Likewise, you can lift off the excavator, set it off to the side. And then you have a worker that's got a shovel in his hand. Setting it on the grounding plate, you can make contact with the underground wire again and show what it's going to happen if you were to dig where you're not supposed to, or if you're not sure what the hazard is that's below ground. Another example, once again, foot switch is not depressed. You can unhook this middle wire and you can lay this over the die-cast car. Pull the wire through, make sure that you have enough, and hook it around the rear view mirror of the car. Now, off to the corner side of the car, when I depress the foot switch, you can see that that's making contact. So down power lines is something that you can go over with this. Another one is if you have somebody that's climbing in the trees and they come into contact, you got to put that back up, hook it back into the eyelet, and now you can demonstrate what happens if somebody's climbing a tree and makes contact. You could also use the fire truck. You have to place these items on the grounding plates in order for them to work. But when you raise that up and you bring the ladder close contact with the power line, and you might have to do some fine adjusting when you're going, but it'll arc. So let's say if you're getting the cat out of the tree, you got to be careful where you're going. Try to only do one item on the display at a time due to the current factor. Inside of our substation, an example would be all these plates have metal that goes all the way through the figures. Place it on the metal plate and then it comes into contact. Another thing that we have is you can we have the grain auger that can come into contact with the power line here. Pull any one of the figures that are meant to do that and set them on one of these different places. So for this, the tractor is going to grind out here. You can see it's making contact at the top of the auger, or it can also come to this plate and you got to have them close enough to do it. It's a quick little press of the switch. You don't have to hold your foot on it the whole time. Otherwise, there is a potential to blow the fuse out back here on the back side. If that was to happen, undo this. It's a fuse holder, quarter turn, pulls out, replace the fuse and put it back in. But that's just a few of the demonstrations that you can do. We've got a kite person that you place on the grounding plate, but hopefully it's not hard to do this demonstration. Anybody can do it, but the main thing is wear your PPE, wear your safety, and it'll be a great display for the kids to see.